Hi, welcome to Dr. Lexi's Kitchen. I'm Dr. Lexi Lane with Summit Vitality, and today I'm going to show you a green juice. And before we get started, I'd first like to just say that juicing is a fabulous thing to incorporate into being the healthiest you can be. They're super easy and fairly quick to make. My juicer is a Breville, and the Breville is super easy to take apart and put together and clean, and I highly recommend you pick a juicer that does just that. And we got ours at Bed Bath & Beyond. Highly recommend it. So before I get started, I'd like to just show you some of the ingredients that I have thrown in. So first of all, we've got some organic romaine lettuce, and then we have organic parsley. And then what I've done is I've taken a potato peeler and peeled off the ginger. So we've got some ginger root. And then we have some kale, and we have Granny Smith green apples. We have a lemon, and the lemon is essentially, I've also taken the potato peeler and taken a little bit of the zest off the lemon just to prevent some of the bitterness that it can create, but that bitterness is actually really encouraged if you don't mind it for kind of just helping with digestion. And then the zest does have a lot of nutrients in it too. So I've left some of the lemon zest on there for good measure. And then we have celery. And then I threw in a broccoli stalk just because it was something I had left over from dinner, and instead of composting it, I just decided to throw it into the juice. But I don't necessarily recommend the broccoli. It's got a pretty strong flavor, so don't throw it in for your first juice for sure, but if you feel like experimenting, then go for it. All right, so without any further ado, first of all, if you've not worked with a juicer before, you are gonna press this lovely start button, and when it does happen, it's gonna create a noise. So one thing I want to explain before getting started is that when you're dealing with herbs, you want to actually, what I like to do is take the romaine lettuce and actually, what did I say? Roll. We're going to roll this together, because what's going to happen is that when the parsley goes into the juicer, because it's really light and feathery, it'll basically get shot out into the bucket without actually being juiced. So it's kind of nice to wrap it up into the lettuce to create a little bit of resistance so that it can get nice and juiced. All right, so we'll get started. Oh, and my juicer is on low setting for this. Mention as well is that with the ginger, again, like the parsley, if you just put it in there in its raw form without anything else, it's going to shoot off to the side. So again, I like to wrap it up in the lettuce, balling it up to create more resistance. To throw food at you, so bear that in mind. And then as this blade is calming down, what I do is you're going to notice that it's still dripping juice here. So what I like to do is just tip the whole thing over and let it drain out, just like that. And then as you're removing this, take a little bit of a napkin, let that drip. Do a little bit of a stirring. So. And taking your favorite juice glass, pouring in. Oh, by the way, juicing dosage-wise is about 4 ounces. So if you want to take a measuring cup and measure out your 4 ounces, totally fine to do that. And if you have juice left over, you can store this in the refrigerator, ideally in a dark, cool place, and drink this within 24 hours. Ideally, I'd like to say within 12, because the longer these nutrients are exposed to light, they're basically going to, we call it denaturing, is essentially where you're losing the nutrients the longer it gets exposed. So we want to drink it ideally within 12, but it is said that you can do it within 24 hours. So you pour your 4 ounces into a glass and you enjoy. I'm Dr. Lexi with Summit Vitality. Delish.